first main topic today is this. So another weekend down at the box office, and another weekend, of course, as predicted. Wakanda Forever is number one at the box office. Of course, what's the competition? Violent Night came out this week. It was kind of the premiere release or whatever, the big new release. I checked it out in Digital Dolby on Thursday. I have a out of theater review up for that. Go check that video out if you haven't seen it. If you're interested in Violent Night, it was a decent Christmas romp. But other than that, Wakanda Forever really had nothing else, to compete with it this weekend. So we're gonna jump over to, as always, I like to use Cinema Blend's little list they put up here because it's just easier for us to read and way more user friendly. But as you can see, Wakanda Forever, I mean, this was a terrible weekend at the box office, man. I mean, this is just real slow. Nothing made very much money. Wakanda Forever sitting at number one with $17.5 million it gross. That puts its domestic gross to almost $400 million, and I think it's crossing $1 billion. This movie's going to be a $1 billion movie for sure. Violent Night in its opening weekend was able to bring in $13.3 million. That's pretty solid for this movie that, David Harbour playing Santa Claus. It's kind of a spoofy, like I said, romp kind of, it's just kind of for fun. My only complaint about that movie was it was just a little too long for what it was. It didn't need to be 2 hours long. It's just a fun movie. There's not a lot like a story to be told, so it didn't need it. But had fun with it overall, and really I enjoyed it. And then, of course, there's Strange World, which we've talked about. It's the Disney movie that Disney kind of hush the marketing on and didn't get behind, and it's completely bombing, and it'll be one of the biggest box office losers for Disney in decades, actually. It was only able to bring in under 5 million, 4.9 million, putting its domestic gross total at only 25 million. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I still think I might go out and check this thing out. I do have a daughter, of course, so I could always take her to that, and if anything, if I hate it, I'm sure she'll love it because it's a cartoon, right? I was just telling Lucas that this week I would like to, every week, for us to go out, if he can join me to do out-of-theater reviews and maybe do 1 or 2 movies a week. And I was just telling him if I did one this week, which I may not because it's kind of a slow week, but if I did one, it may be The Menu, and The Menu comes in at 4th at the box office over the weekend with 3.5 million, putting its domestic gross total to 24 million, which is great for this movie, right? Because it only costs a few $1 million to make. So this movie's, positive. It's making money. Where Strange World, even though it's at 25 million, I think they paid like $200 million for that or some shit. So, but yeah, other than that, as we go on, there's, we kind of get into, everything else. You can see Black Adam was still able to bring in $1.6 million, putting its domestic total to only $165 million. It's just too bad for Black Adam. We expected so much more of that. And then, of course, you have, Ticket to Paradise was one of those other movies that unexpectedly still almost brought in $1 million over this weekend. This is its 9th or 10th weekend at the box office or something like that. And
it's already about to be on streaming services.
Yeah,
too,
right. And it still was able to bring in $1 million, almost $850,000 into the box office. And puts its domestic total at $66.5 million. That is a huge win for that movie. And I was telling Lucas too, maybe that's something, because it's still in theaters where we are, so maybe that's something we check out. I mean, it's clearly, and they got the cocktail for it, so yeah, we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, as expected, Wakanda Forever, real slow week at the box office. Another thing I was telling Lucas is next week we don't really have nothing coming. Nothing's really coming until Avatar and Puss in Boots and the little things that are gonna trickle around Avatar, basically. And that stuff is still a couple of weeks out, so we're kind of going to be sitting here. I'm betting next week's box office is going to look very similar to this, because there's just nothing else coming out this week, which is too bad, because this is like a great time to go to the movie theaters.
Right, no kidding. I mean, like, my family's always had a tradition of going to movies for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, me and like two of my other siblings have worked at movie theaters actually, and we had to be there on Christmas, because it's such a big tradition for a lot of families. That's kind of weird that other than Avatar, there's not a lot really coming out right now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's weird. But
sure.
Of those, I would say I really would like to see The Menu, or Strange World maybe. But the menu sounds
the
really
menu
cool.
looked good. The trailers look good for it too. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I see this kind of same thing happening next weekend. Obviously, everything's going to be kind of ticked down, right? Because Black Panthers, But anyway, that being said, Lucas, you're here. You're seeing the numbers from the weekend. What are your thoughts on it all?
Not that surprising. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, I think the only thing that might change in the coming weeks is Avatar is going to be up there somewhere, obviously. But
everything's going to be the same until then.
Right, exactly. So it doesn't surprise me. I'm happy to see that The Menu is doing well because, like, that looks really good to me. I love Ray Fiennes. I can't. It's Anya. She's
Anna
in that,
Taylor-Joy,
right? Yeah, I love her. It just looks, really unique and interesting. Strange World doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, I barely heard anything about it from any kind of advertisement, which kind of it's just shooting themselves in the foot there. But like, I understand, I guess, why. It's still dumb, but yeah, I mean, and then shame Black Adam.
Yep. That's too bad. But yeah, guys, you guys are checking this out. You guys are seeing the results of the box office this weekend. What are you guys' thoughts? Tell me what you guys think about all this, about the Black Panther still being number one, of course, and Violent Night. Did you have a chance to check it out? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.